Hey, I hope you're doing well. Let me give you 3 ways of spotting areas of support and resistance for successful trading. If you're a beginner, don't be scared. I will make it easy for you. If you're experienced, make sure you know these 3 ways. Also, I will give you some helpful tips all along, and I will finish by 2 bonus ones. Don't forget to hit that like button. It helps us a lot. Enjoy! Let's try to spot some levels of support and resistance together. For that, we will go for the daily Bitcoin chart as an example on TradingView. And there's already a lot that we can see, and we can maybe focus on this region as an example. So let me simply zoom in. So typically here we see a region where there was some support and resistance. For example, if I wanted to draw a line, well, probably somewhere around here could be a region of resistance when the price goes up, then down, up again, down again. But let me give you a first tip. It's quite hard to draw a line because you don't exactly know where to put it. I've touched those candles here, but not this one there. But clearly we can see that those ones bounce against that level. So here's my tip. I think it's very hard to think in terms of levels, and I'd rather think personally in terms of areas. Rather than drawing a line, I'll go to draw an area, a little rectangle. For me, it makes a bit more sense. This notion of support and resistance is not an exact science, so it is an indication to help your trading, but it is hard to be exactly correct. So that's why for me, thinking in terms of an area of resistance or support is more precise for me. So that would be one of them. And that was the resistance, but indeed there's the support underneath, which would be around here. And typically the price ranged in between those 2 lines until it broke through, and then it went to hit another region of support, which could be said to be somewhere around here. Let me tell you something else as well. If I zoom out and go to look at the past, well, those regions here were actually also important regions in the past. So if I decided to extend this to here, you could see that this was already a region that was tested a lot in the past. Let's now move on to the second way of spotting support and resistance regions. You can see that there is something happening, for example, on this side, but it might be hard to actually single it out with a straight line or a straight rectangle. So what we're looking into here is not a level, but a trend line. And typically, if you would follow those ups, you see a pattern here where the price bounced against this support, then hit that resistance, went down, bounced against the support, then went up, touched that resistance, bounced again, up, didn't hit that support again, bounced again, etc. And then the trend changed. You can also see that the support kind of followed the same line about here. You can see clearly that there was something happening here where those 2 lines were tested until it broke through and went to different regions. So this was about support and resistance that follow a trend line. Let's now move on to our third way. So on this plot, you can see that the purple one is the 50-day simple moving average. The golden one is the 100-day moving average, and the 200 one is the white curve. And you can see at the beginning of this graph, during the huge bull run that Bitcoin underwent around the end of 2020, you can see how the 50-day simple moving average really acted as an area of support. You can see that it got tested around here, then tested again here, then tested again here, and then it got broke through, and you see that the pattern is kind of lost. But on the other hand, now if we go towards recent times, it is now around these days the 100-day simple moving average that acts as resistance. You can see it was tested here, then again here, then again here. And today it's now interesting to wait and see what happens after it gets tested again. Let me leave you with a few extra bonus tips and tricks. The first one I want to give you is more of a warning, a caveat, is that the longer the time frame, the more significant are the areas of support and resistance. In other words, trying to spot robust areas of support and resistance with shorter time frames, so typically let's say minutes 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, etc., is much harder, because for an area of support and resistance to be meaningful, it needs the price to have been sitting around there for a long time. But that does not mean it's not doable, it's just harder. The second point I want to make is to mention that often areas of support and areas of resistance interchange. So this area of support that was before can become in the future an area of resistance, and vice versa. Let me show you on one of our examples. If I get back to our plot of BTC and look around here, I am very much tempted to take this rectangle that we drew earlier and bring it up to here. And what do we see? Well, typically on this side, I can see that it has acted as an area of resistance, a resistance again, a bit of a resistance here as well. I'm pretty sure if I scroll backwards, I will see that as well, indeed, here and there. But my point is that you see on this, at this point, it was a resistance, but then things happened and we get to this point where it acted as an area of support. And if we carry on going to the right, around here, it acted as well as support. Then it broke through, some things happened, it got tested, it was broken through, etc. And you can see around here, it came back to being again an area of resistance. Okay, moving on to our last tip. If you're familiar with grid trading bots, I find using areas of support and resistance to set the extremities of the grid to be quite useful. I think I will talk more about this in a future video. If you're interested in trying out some grid trading, the KuCoin exchange offers a beginner-friendly trading bot. Be sure to create an account with our link down in the description below. You will get a 10% discount on your trading fees, which for high-frequency trading strategies such as grid trading, it can make quite a big difference. And also don't forget to check out the beginner zone, because you can earn up to a 500 USDT welcome gift. Okay, enough for today. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to give us a like and subscribe to the channel for more content. If you need help understanding market trends, go check this out. If you're curious on how the backtest of a trading bot can look like, go check that out. As always, please take care.